Traders, welcome back to another Relentless recap. Guys, hit that thumbs up as you're tuning in. And of course, if you're a new viewer, consider subscribing to the channel. Three stocks traded today: DRMA, GSIT, and SPRY. Ladies and gentlemen, my P&L, I'm green 157, does not accurately, or 154, does not accurately reflect how good this day was. Today was a solid day, but Relentless Trader did not come out on the, you know, winning side of things, let's say. So, the day started off with DRMA. We're watching at it. It's looking decent pre-market, consolidating sideways. We got a small move here coming up into the open, quick pullback. And so we're watching at it to see what it wants to do. Break of 343. I'm watching this area here. Scratch trade initially down 25 bucks, then green 100 as this candle here pushed up. But I had starter size. It's important to mention I had starter size. Didn't start the day aggressive. Wanted to be patient. Wanted to make sure that we were seeing some consistency before getting aggressive. Now we went from a low of 25 to a high of 367. So from 367, we pulled back here to the half dollar, 350. I did not trust the pullback here. And it did this twice, low 51, low 52. So, I was expecting something bigger, maybe 45 or 40, low 40s, mid 40s, and then the curl back up. So I was not aggressive getting long on the pullback here, and unfortunately missed out on these two trades, right? Because we went from a low 52 to a high of 67, 66, and then again it pulls back. We go from 51 to a high of 67, 68 again. So two beautiful entries. The third time it comes down, of course, it fails. I attempted a high of day trade in this area here, and that's where I ended up giving back the profits. In 2000 shares, 65, stopping out 58, that type of area. Just, not seeing the follow through for the 1 minute candle to make the new high, for this flag to continue. Because you guys know what I want to see. I want to see this, instead of this being a red candle, I want to see this be a big green candle ripping to new highs. So I gave back, so from green 100 to then red 115. Not good. Not good at all. Sometimes it's the subtleties, man. If we pull back a little bit more, I'm more confident to buy. I'm selling higher. Again, I'm in, selling higher. And if I get the first trade, I'm more confident to take the second dip, knowing that I have more of a cushion, versus still feeling like, hey, it's a little too high. But, sometimes you got to just trust what you're seeing, man. So that's what happened here. That's why I didn't capitalize more. And, the fine line, something as simple as that, maybe we're up 400 here instead of down 115, right? Now moving on, SPRY. SPRY, great stock again, context pre-market, it's curling up. It pulls back, sharp pullback here around 850, and then it does a nice red to green into the open. Man, I'm watching at it super early, right after DRMA is finished. I pulled this one up, and, I'm watching at it a bit of an ABCD, right? Let's pull up the drawing tool here, right? It's not super obvious, but it's here, right? So we pull down, we got our lows, first low down here, we push up, we get the midpoint, we pull back, double bottom, or higher lows, and then we curl up. Textbook pattern here. Pulls back, nice move, pulls back, nice move. How in the world am I not green here, right? This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. So, okay, we got the high of 732, lows 651, 653. So it's higher lows right here. Midpoint, again, let's say $7 area. And that's where I saw this one over here, right? So we had a high of 7. So I was watching for break of 7. A little tricky at first. You can see right here, high of 701. It pulls back. We got a low of 688. Then it goes. So, right idea, but not proper timing and execution. So I know what the stock is trying to do, but as I'm in, I'm just not getting to capitalize properly. All right, so I want to show you guys this trade here in particular. What time was this? 9:39. So this is right here. As you know, we have the 1 minute pullback to $7. Let me show you guys this. Look at this trade right here. And you guys know sometimes I'm in and out quickly within 3 seconds, 5 seconds. So look at me giving this trade here time. If you listen to the live stream, I even say I need to hold a little longer here. And you know, let's watch it. Here we go. So I'm in at 7:06. Right? High of the last is 7:18. High of day 7:32. You know, I'm in for at least, I think, 35, 40 seconds here, trying to give it a chance to go. Because I already took a few trades down here at 7:01, 7:03, and I'm back out a little early. I'm like, okay, let's wait. So we're still in, we're giving it a chance, and the level 2 is gonna flash a seller at 15. Right? Watch this. It's gonna come up a little bit. It's just gonna flash for a quick second and disappear, right? But it's gonna show a seller here. Not yet. 17,000, there it is. So 17,000 shares somewhere around 14 and 18 area, right, to sell. And I see the seller and I'm like, okay, you know, I'm still right here. I'm wanting to see volume. I'm wanting to see buying. There's no buying. So I'm going to say, you know what, man, I'm going to cut it. And look at that. Look at this. Look at this move right here. Rips up to 37, 40. It rips up to 40 on the ask the moment that I'm out of the trade, man. This is tough. This is tough. I'm not, you know, so you guys saw me a little frustrated earlier today. It's this type of stuff was happening to me all morning. It's like, are you kidding me, man? Are you kidding me? You know, and I think the seller is a fake seller, right? Because it didn't when it came up, it didn't show and we just went right through. Or maybe someone put out an order, they canceled it, right? I'll pause it if I can catch it here. Let's see. There we go. 717, 17,300 shares pops up. That's right into the candle to make a new high. There's a spread here. So, you know, if I'm not seeing buyers to be aggressive, I start to think, okay, this could reject. But ultimately, the pattern was here for me to hold. I didn't hold. Um, you know, that's on me. That's on me. But the fine line, this is part of the fine line of trading. You know, what could have been a nice 15-cent winner, 20, 30-cent winner turns into a scratch trade. Now it dips back down, right? And this is a risky hold here. Watch this. It dips back down and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take this, right? But it pulls back a lot against me. So I'm in at 21. Watch this dip right here. It's gonna drop down to like 710. So it essentially pulls back the entirety of the move, which is not really typical to be happening here. So I'm in at 21. I tried selling on the ask right there. No fill, so I canceled. There's a bit of a spread, so I'm trying to sell on the ask. Look at this, man. This is trouble right here. You know, from literally just trying to sell for a 15-cent gain to now being down 10 cents. You know, this is not great. And there's a buyer here, 20,000 shares, 710. I didn't sell. I decided to add it, which is very risky here because this looks like it's failing. Right now, it looks like it's failing here. Why? We just came from 7 all the way to 740. What in the world are we doing back at $7 right now? We should at least be holding 720, 725. There's no need to retrace the entirety of the move. So, you know, this is a risky trade here. I could have easily took like a $3, $4, $500 loss if this flushed down through this buyer. So I'm gonna add. I added right, and look at this. The buyer's gone. You know, the buyer's gone. My average is now 15. So again, if this flushes down 680, Titanic, I'm doomed. $800 loss at that point. Just like that. That's the fine line. That is the fine line of trading. You know, but it holds up right here. I didn't panic out. This is risky though. And now there's also a 50,000 share buyer back at that level. In this moment, I should have bought 5 more times. And, you know, is it risky? Yes. Yes, 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 it is. Because now if we get the same loss, if we get the same loss, I'm losing like 2K. But there's a but. The risk is on the other, the reward is on the other side of the trade, which is people are showing interest here. This is now the second big buyer. If these orders are real, uh, you know, we should see a move back to the upside. I didn't add though, you know, didn't add, didn't go for it, and we are gonna crawl back up here. And this is gonna end up being my best trade on this stock. So I sold one a little early, putting out again, trying to sell on the ass 23 right here. That's the order for that's the order from 10. So you know about a 13-cent gain. And the other one that I'm holding, in fact, it looked like I canceled. So I sold a little higher. Okay, much better. And I'm gonna sell the rest somewhere up here as it's a tempting hype day again. So I'm gonna size up 2,000 shares, a little bit more share size here, just to try and capitalize. But I'm not gonna take the breakout because I thought it would have been a little risky with the spreads. So I'm gonna miss the breakout trade, which is gonna work right here. Watch this. Well, you know, and this is a good example. This is a good example of it, you know, being risky from 35 down to 24 in the blink of an eye. But it's gonna go on one of these. I forgot which area it went. So hold on, let's see. So we're gonna curl back up. Man, I got furious, man. So here's the big bit again. So it didn't seem like the shares got filled at 710. This person is trying to get in. And so I'm gonna see that. I'm gonna say, okay, you know, there they are. I'm gonna buy. So I buy 3,000 shares here. And this is where it's supposed to be game on. Like you already see my unrealized gain of up, you know, 277 in this trade. Usually, usually when there's a big bid like that, the stock just flies up. Everyone jumps in that order. That person trying to get that big share size filled is not getting filled. They have to take the market orders to get filled. Right here in my mind, Relentless Trader is already seeing 760 coming up next, 780, halt up. That's what I'm thinking. I got a nice position. I'm already seeing some, you know, some action on level 2. Now we just need some a lot of buying on the ask here. It's not going to work out. I tried to sell on the ask again. Notice how selling on the ask has murdered me here. So it comes back down break even. I don't like this, so I sell break even, right? And these shares are going to start to get filled. Well, not yet. It's still holding. I'm going to try the same trade again. I'm going to try it again. This is risky. You know, this is kind of overdoing it. So you see those shares getting filled. It's going to hold, I think, and I think I bought back 21, 19. So I bought back 43. But the rip that and you know the rip is not happening here. Here's the buyer again. And this at this point I was certain, you know, at this point I'm like, all right, this is a real order because shares just got filled. This person is trying to load up. I need to be in here for this breakout. Now I think it's happening for sure. Doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. Man. Once these shares start to fill, it's a little different. So, you know, now I take the loss. Just, you know, good shot, good effort, man, good effort. But, you know, this dip, man. Oh, I can't believe I was not more aggressive there. Why? Because somebody just loaded up very high. More than likely, it's going to slingshot back up. Man, I don't know what I was thinking. Not, you see how I bought 4,500 shares above that buyer? That's exactly what I needed to do as it was flushing. It doesn't matter where, how low, you know, not how low, but of course there's going to be a stop. But like anything above what we just saw, 710, 715, 720, 725, let's say 710 to 725, I should have been buying 10,000 size. 10,000. 10,000 would have stopped at 7. That's what I needed to do right there. This is as good as a dip as you'll ever get, because there's a lot of big buyers in high. Unless they panic out, it should hold. Supply and demand, right? So, and look at where I'm in. I mean, this is just awful. This is awful on my part. Just reacting too slow, waiting for too much confirmation. Boom, 1820. And of course, when there's a spready stock like this, it's always tricky because it doesn't take long for it to get back up. It's a second later, it's already back at freaking 30, 31 by 40. I've already missed the trade. So right here, I'm uncomfortable. This is what happens when this happens to me. I know 18 is the low, or whatever it was. I'm in at 30, what is it, 35 right here? Yeah, 35. You know what's happening to me here? I'm feeling uncomfortable because I knew where the stock just was and where I should have been in versus where I'm actually in. And this is a problem. I'm not going to be able to hold this as long as I should be able to. And you see the sell right there. It's basically me just saying, hey, yeah, man, man, oh man. And here's the move coming, the move that is finally coming here. 50, 54, 60. Can we see 70 out of this? It's holding this area here. 45. I should have gotten back in there for scalps, but this is where you need that patience to let it, short sellers cover and let this thing go. It wants to go here, so you got to give it a chance to go. So if I'm in, if I bought like 4,500 shares, okay, sell some, but you still need to be holding at least 2,000 of those shares here for this bigger move here. This should go even more. Trailing stop. Let's fast forward just a little bit for time. We got up to a high of 68, and this pullback I thought was too tight. Again, not trusting it, thinking it should go lower. It doesn't go lower, and here's the bigger move that we were looking for. And right here, I'm just furious. Like at this point, it's like, man, fine line, ladies and gentlemen, the fine line. You know, the reason why it kills me is, it's different when you don't know what you're looking for. You're still trying to figure out the strategy, but it's like I already saw this happening. It's just gonna play out in a different way than I expected, and even then, I wasn't able to execute properly with the proper timing to capture the move. It's like smokes but no cigar. You almost had it, and it's why we will continue to see great days, because when I don't have it like this, what am I down here after it's all said and done? What, 126? Watch when I connect on this stock on Monday. What the green day is gonna look like, right? So that's how we stay profitable. It's by keeping, when we mess up and we don't capture trades properly, we keep the losses tight, and from there we stand a chance. So I'm red across the board right now. This is maybe this is even a little too much level two. Of course, this is for the students to study. But yeah, showed a lot right there. Hit the thumbs up, right? Hit the thumbs up, guys. Hit the thumbs up. We made money on the other one. We're not going to show that. That's how we ended the day. $400 on this other stock, GSIT. And even this one, I got a little unlucky too. I got unlucky across the board today. It's just one of those weird days, man. I mean, look at this move. By the time it did this pullback here, I was thinking about being done on the day, and I didn't want to continue to risk. That was my issue. And I had some guys saying maybe you're overthinking, right? Maybe and it's part of the deal with trading is like maybe I gave up too soon on the day, right? It's like, hey, I'm gonna just call it here, because I did recognize this was pulling back into previous high of day. And from 390, or rather 290, we get a high of 325. This in itself, even with 1,000 shares, 2,000 shares, 3,000 shares, whatever it is, great trade. And then again, right here, I left out thinking the day was done. Right here, 10:15. But if you're still paying attention to your charts, you might not have been very confident to get long again here. But at the end of the day, this is the second pullback into this range, so it's still somewhat decent. But even if you weren't confident, because we had 95 very early right here, let's say you said, man, this is the third pullback, I don't trust this. But guess what? The breakout trade was here. If you don't trust it here, what happens is that there's a reset. It's like now this is the first pullback because guess what? The third pullback held. At least that's how I view it, right? The third pullback held, so the stock resets, and now anything again is like the first pullback. Like this is the first pullback again, right? So if I'm still here watching, and this is how I could have made more money on the day if I didn't leave, there's entries now right here on this dip, or break of this level of 327, which looks like if you're in early here, gave a great move. 370. I mean, look at this candle here. So in here, scaling out and being back in early, high of day 30, we had highs of 27. So gearing up for an entry right below high of day would have been spectacular if I would have still been watching and took this trade here. And now look at the beauty of the stock market. History repeating itself. Look at how beautiful the stock market is, and this is why we're able to make money if we're consistent with ourselves. The stock goes up, we get our first high of day, right? Look at this. Resistance, resistance, resistance. It breaks out, right? So let's do yellow, right? Resistance. It breaks out, it pulls back into the previous high of day. The same line, support, support, support. Look at the beauty of okay, that's right. Yeah, look at the beauty of the stock market, right? So now we're gonna see the same thing again. It's the same thing again every day. New high of day, right? Resistance, resistance. All of this resistance, 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 right? Well, not right here. We broke out right here. And look at the same area, right? Support, 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 support. But the trick is, and right here again is where you get the reset. I probably looking back at this, I definitely left out too soon. I could have made some good gains here if I didn't get so into my head like a madman and just stayed patient, right? That's what the frustration does to you, right? Walking away green was good, but it's like not when you're walking away from this. I mean, this is in a slow market, I'll be wishing that I had this. I'll be wishing that this is what we're seeing. And here I am walking away from this. This is madness. It's ludicrous. So, I got to be better for next week in this aspect. Here's the third pullback, the fourth. And once this holds, we get the reset again. It's a matter of being careful, not overtrading the consolidation for the breakout, but taking these proper entries down here, these low points. These candles are, you got to be careful of the breakouts. This is what you got to really avoid. If you can avoid these candles here, is how you can really end the day nicely in the green. But guess what? If you capitalize nicely where you're supposed to, even if you give back on 2 of these candles, you're still, fairly green. Maybe if you give back 3-4 times, then maybe you come back break even. It also depends on how aggressive you are towards these highs, but it does break out here again, and this is a nice breakout. Unfortunately, again, this is what we got to avoid. Titanic, Titanic, Titanic. But look at where we are now, right? I mean, there looks like a whole new stock here coming into after hours. Yeah, we could have done some damage here. But next time, it goes to show you how, like the smallest things, man, affects the day so greatly. Like, let's say those trades on the other stocks did go well, and I did connect here. And I said, you know what, man, we're going to stick around till 12. Because if I'm here till 12, I'm watching. We capture some of these opportunities here. It's like just like that. It's a 3K day, 4K day, just like that. If I check back today, I said I'm done. If I check back, maybe a little something here. I don't trade after hours, so this isn't gonna, this isn't gonna really affect or bother me. But for those of you who do, I mean, not bad, right? Lighter volume, but pretty decent. Bottom, curl, pullback, right? Quick flag, nice move. These type of pullbacks here is where you can give back if you're not patient. Tricky area here. Curls up. I think right here would have been nice though. Right here. This quick flag as well. This tricky right here. Very tricky. And then over highs, it pulls away nicely. So this flag would have, provided a few more trades. Clean trades. Nice pullback here. Nice move. But at this point, who's still trading? I mean, maybe some people, I don't know. But anyhow, guys, that's gonna do it. You guys know it's Friday, so we need a longer recap to study up. And I didn't even realize this stock was ETB, easy to borrow, Thinkorswim. Look at that. But yeah, stay safe, stay green, enjoy the weekend. Do not obsess over trading. Just study up, and be ready for Monday morning. Monday, I'm gonna study this weekend more than I've studied ever in the past, because I need something for next week. Now, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna let my trading speak for me. Next week, I'm to take, coming to conquer, coming to win. Right? So stay safe, stay green. Relentless Trader is signing out.